From Amateur Radio Newsline Report number 2277, this is Ham Nation Headlines for Wednesday, June 23rd, 2021. Our top story this week marks the end of a de-expedition dream. The Intrepid DX group has called off its planned activation of Bouvet Island.
The RV Braveheart, the sailing vessel that has carried many de-expeditioners to remote and challenging destinations, is being sold, and the 3Y0J Bouvet Island expedition has been cancelled. The Braveheart was to have taken members of the Intrepid DX group to Bouvet in 2023. It was a trip that had been in the planning stages since 2016, following the team's de-expeditions to South Sandwich and South Georgia Islands. Writing on the group's webpage, Paul Ewing N6 PSE and Kenneth Obskar LA7 GIA said the ship will be sold as a result of downturn in the charter vessel business, a direct result of the pandemic. Paul and Kenneth are advising donors that their contributions are being returned to them by the same methods in which they were received, and it will take several weeks. The Hams wrote, quote, "We will continue to research other ships and possibly find another suitable vessel for a future project," end quote. Based in New Zealand, the Braveheart was the vessel of choice for numerous de-expeditions, including the Perseverance DX Group's VP8PJ de-expedition to South Orkney Island in 2020 and the VP6D Ducie Island de-expedition in 2018. Its skipper is Nigel Jolly, K6NRJ, a member of the CQDX Hall of Fame. For Amateur Radio Newsline, I'm Jim Meechan, ZL2BHF.
Those waiting to attend the biggest radio rally in the UK will have to wait one more year.
The National Hamfest, considered the premier radio rally in the UK, has been postponed until September 2022. Organisers made the announcement on their website and Twitter accounts on Friday the 11th of June. They said that a number of factors were making it impossible to predict whether the event could be safely held in September this year as scheduled. With at least 3 months' worth of planning involved in staging the Hamfest, they determined it was wiser to wait another year. The announcement said, quote, "The organisers not only wish to act in a responsible way towards the large team of volunteers who staff the event and make it possible every year, but also towards the visitors and the partner organisations, all of whom make the event a success each year," end quote. The show is to be held as always at the Newark and Nottinghamshire Showground. The rally is held by National Hamfest in brackets Lincoln, close bracket, in association with the Radio Society of Great Britain. For Amateur Radio Newsline, I'm Jeremy Boot, G4NJH.
On this side of the Atlantic, another celebration of independence is about to kick off. It's the popular 13 Colonies special event, and it's back this year with a new bonus station on board.
When the colonial army fought for American independence in 1776, the French became the soldiers' primary allies. Now, the French are offering another gesture of support to the 13 colonies, and this time, by 13 colonies, we mean the annual special event by that name. As the event kicks off on July 1st, French radio operators will be adding a new bonus station. TM13COL will join bonus stations GB13COL in England and WM3PE in Philadelphia. This year also marks the 13th year for the 13 Colonies event, which will be on the air through July 7th. It marks America's Independence Day, which will be observed on July 4th. Last year, event operators made more than 202,000 contacts. This year, the improved band conditions have organizers feeling optimistic that they can beat that total, especially with some stations operating via satellite and at least 2 bonus stations using digital voice. All stations will be on HF. So be listening for K2A through K2M and work toward your certificate and the individual QSL cards, which this year will feature a ship associated with each colony, city, or country. For more details, visit QRZ.com, the 13 Colonies special event page on Facebook, or the event website at www.13colonies.us. For Amateur Radio Newsline, I'm Sel Emby, KB3 TZD.
And that's all from the Amateur Radio Newsline, your independent source for amateur radio news for 4 decades and counting at arnewsline.org. With Jim Meechan, ZL2BHF, Jeremy Boot, G4NJH, Sel Emby, KB3TZD, Karen Eve Murray, KD2GUT at the news desk in New York, and our news team across the globe. I'm Don Wellbanks, AE5DW. 7-3, We'll see you next time here on Ham Nation.